Waiting for tonight. Oh, when you will be here in my arms. Waiting for tonight. Oh, I've dreamed of this love for so long. Waiting for tonight. Oh, oh. All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys have enjoyed that bit of song that I always do when we end up signing a new player. Look, this particular player, we've been waiting for this particular announcement for so long, and the long-awaited, wait has finished, and we're here. It's upon us now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Nkunku to Chelsea Football Club. It has been announced earlier today, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited about how this player performs next season for us. Look, obviously there is always going to be some form of doubt with some of these Bundesliga players that we end up getting. We know how in Bundesliga sometimes the amount of space that can be seen over there, and attackers absolutely have a field day. But look, I think there is a lot more technical ability with Christopher Nkunku. His footballing IQ is a lot better than some of the players that we've recently got from there. Look, I actually did think that Kai Havertz would be an absolute banger in the Premier League, but it didn't work out like that. Now he's on the verge of moving to Arsenal Football Club, and who knows, maybe he blows up over there. But Timo Werner, I was always a little bit skeptical, because I knew what type of a player Timo Werner was in the Bundesliga with all that space, and I just had doubts that if he was ever going to see that level of space at Chelsea. So yeah, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, this was announced earlier today, quite early in the day in UK. It's confirmed. This tweet came in about 8 hours ago. So yeah, it's great. It's exciting, man. Like, I can't wait to see Nkunku start things off with Pochettino. It's mad. There's a tweet that was going around saying that he was approached, or he did his medical when Thomas Tuchel was around last summer, and then he signed the contract when Graham Potter was around, and then now he's joining Chelsea Football Club when Pochettino has arrived at Chelsea. So look, get used to it, Christopher Nkunku. This is the life of a Chelsea footballer. You do see a lot of managers. This is what Lawrence Stewart and Paul Winstanley had to say. Chelsea's co-sporting directors said Christopher has proved himself one of the standout attacking players in European football over the past 2 seasons, and will add quality, creativity, and versatility to our squad. He has demonstrated his ability at the highest level with Red Bull Leipzig and France, and we look forward to him joining up with his new teammates ahead of the new season. Yeah, man, look, he's going to add a lot of technical ability. Hopefully he adds a bit of creativity as well. No doubts about that. Obviously, he'll need service, and this is where I'm looking at players like Enzo Fernandez helping him out. And of course, some of our attacking players will have to help him out as well. And set pieces, this guy can bang in some free kicks. So hopefully we are in line to get some free kick goals. Chelsea believe they have effectively landed 3 players in one in Nkunku, who has proved himself capable of playing as a number 9, a number 10, or off the left. And Pochettino's favorite 4-2-3-1 system, which can at times be 4-3-3, should suit him perfectly. This is coming from Matt Law. Look, I'd prefer the 4-2-3-1 and Nkunku playing just behind a striker. Obviously, Nicholas Jackson is very close, and it seems like it's imminent that we sign him. I expect him to start unless we get a striker. There is some news that Juventus just got Milik. They signed Milik for 6 million odd or so, which makes me think Vlahovic is 100% on the way out. Are we still in for Vlahovic? Not a particular player that I'm overly interested about, but there could potentially be still a room for another striker. We'll see what happens to Armando Broja and David Datra Fofana in the preseason. I think it's most likely one of them will go out on a loan. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'd like to see Nkunku play just behind a striker. Yeah, he can play as a 9, but I don't want him to be wasted in that position. He could potentially play in a 4-3-3 where it's more of an inside forward, the front 3. You have the striker and the 2 other attackers are inside forwards, really relying on the fullbacks to create the width. So look, ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you feel about Christopher Nkunku, man. I'm very, very excited, happy that we've got the announcement finally after waiting for months and months and months. I wonder how Christopher Nkunku has felt all throughout this time, after signing for Chelsea Football Club. I think sometime around December, around the World Cup period when he signed, or might have been just after the World Cup, something like that. And he would have seen the absolute calamity that took place. So I wonder how he felt all throughout. And I'm sure now he must feel optimistic for next season under the new manager and the kind of business that we're doing in terms of getting rid of so many players and hopefully bringing in some key personnel. I'm hoping that he does feel somewhat confident. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about Christopher Nkunku. Are you optimistic? Are you excited? Is there any doubts? In the comment section, let me know. Next up, this is where I start. All that happiness about Christopher Nkunku, now it's going to turn into sour feelings in regards to this particular player. Look, do you know what? I've never ever hated a footballer as much as I hate Romelu Lukaku. I'll put it out there. Like, I actually hate and I actually dislike this player so much. I've never had this sort of feeling towards a player. Like, yeah, okay, players from rival teams, I may not fancy them, but I've never sort of hated them or disliked them. Do you know what I mean? I just took it as it is. But this guy, this particular player, Romelu Lukaku, is one I absolutely hate of some of the stuff that he's doing. And I knew this would happen straight after the Champions League final. I knew there was going to be a lot of news about Romelu Lukaku, and I knew he was going to create a chaos. And chaos is exactly what he's creating. Let's have a look. Big article coming out in Italy from Core Sport about Romelu Lukaku. Lukaku is unhappy with Chelsea's attitude as they tried to push him to Al Hilal, and he's planning to go to London after the Estonia game, probably with his lawyer. He's unhappy with us. The audacity of this particular human being. I don't think he's all here. Honestly, I think he's absolutely effed up over here. He's in some la la land. He's not connected to the human beings. He's living somewhere else. This guy is angry at us. This guy is disgruntled at us. This guy is annoyed at us. Does he realize we paid 100 million to get his services, yet he plays for Inter Milan? The chaos he created, the unsanctioned interview, the sabotaging of Chelsea Football Club, going out there, showcasing his love affair for Inter Milan, talking it up in regards to Lautaro Martinez, and a whole heap of other articles that dropped after last season, not the one that just finished, the season before that ended, in regards to how he was mocking some of our players, mocking the manager as well. This man, he has the audacity to be upset with us. Why should we sanction another loan for him at Inter Milan, where Inter Milan are just going to pay us peanuts? Does he not realize you're contracted to us? You are our B. You are our B. That B word. We're not going to bend over backwards for Inter Milan and just let you off on another loan spell and we get pocket change as loan fee. It's not going to happen like that. You want it so bad, then renege on your contract. Why don't you cancel the contract with Chelsea? Buy out your contract. If you're that desperate, now you're going to bring your lawyers. Who do you think you are, man? Who do you think you are? You're going to bring your lawyers just because you've been dating Megan Thee Stallion. You think you're something now. You think you're something. Pep Guardiola recently made a mockery out of you, saying, I'm a European champion because a particular striker missed a goal 3 meters away from the goals. Pep Guardiola is making a mockery out of you. This guy actually thinks he's in the echelons of Messi and Ronaldo and all of those likes. Hey, your mentality is off. It's better off in the gutter. It's literally disgusting toilet mentality. Nah, do you know what? Bring your lawyers. Bring your lawyers. At the end of the day, you're contracted to us. You listen to what we have to say as well. Sure, we can compromise, but we're not going to bend over backwards and get ourselves done here. We wanted you to go to Saudi Arabia. You didn't want to go, no problems. Find yourself another suitor who can give us something more reasonable, unlike Inter Milan. Don't get paid by us then. Fine. If you want to find another club, then forgo your wages. We're not going to pay you wages. Get the other club to pay your wages, your full wages, and give us a nice, decent income for the loan fee or whatever. See if you can find anyone to buy you permanently. You think you're such a superstar, you can't even find anyone to buy you on a permanent fixture. No one out there wants to buy you permanently. That should tell you something, Romelu Lukaku, how much people actually value you. This guy, man, sick and tired of this guy, honestly. And I knew this was going to be the case after the Champions League. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Arsenal make new offer for Chelsea's Kai Havertz with 60 million. The offer is guaranteed 55 million plus 5 million add-ons. This is coming from Sammy Mogbill. Look, for me, this is a deal. I think this is a deal now, 60 million. I know Chelsea's holding on for about 75. That's pushing it. Honestly, that really is pushing it for Kai Havertz at 60 million. Perfect. If we can get it to about 65, no problems. Havertz would be on a minimum 210k a week at Arsenal. I mean, it's perfect for Havertz as well. Apparently, he's getting an upgrade. Or maybe he's not. Matt Law recently said he's on 250k, and I knew he was on very, very high wages at Chelsea Football Club, but still 210k. It's only taking a 40k cut. Still very, very good for Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz could be done for around 65 million. Talks to follow. This is from Fabrizio Romano. Fabrizio Romano has always been saying that it'll be around the 65 million mark. Look, it's a deal. It is a done deal. Nathan Gissing as well giving the thumbs up. We shall see this player now move on to Arsenal very, very soon. Imminent that this happens, and it needs to happen before the preseason starts. I don't want to see Kai Havertz at Chelsea Football Club, and Kai Havertz don't want to see Chelsea Football Club either. So the feelings are absolutely mutual. Let's move on and let's get that money, lovely bit of money, and let's put that money into good use to get someone like Caicedo and whoever else, right, that we want to do business in regards to this particular window. And where are the Arsenal fans now, by the way? Where are the Arsenal fans now? These are the ones who are complaining about our relationship with Saudi Arabia, that, we're getting so much money, so much. What so much, man? We've not even seen any fees from Saudis yet. None of the deals have actually even happened. We haven't got here we goes yet. If anything, the only fee that we've seen so far was for Koulibaly, and that seems like book value at 25 million pounds. Who's going to question this? Who's going to investigate this? 65 million for Kai Havertz. Who's determining this price tag? Where is the investigation on the market now? Arsenal Football Club, you guys are the biggest jokers, man. You want to complain, but then you want to splash 65 million on Kai Havertz. I would never pay 65 million for Kai Havertz, but this is the world that we live in. Arsenal wants to pay 65 million, yet they want to complain about us dealing with Saudis when Saudis are paying book value to some of our players. This is the mad world that we live in. The ball is now in Chelsea's court over whether to agree to sell Kai Havertz for 60 million to Arsenal. It's a deal. Let's not screw around with this, Chelsea. Let's get this done. High wages off our books, and a player that don't want to be with us. Let's move things along. Mauricio Pochettino has been in contact with Veiga's environment, letting him know that he has a strong interest in training him next season. Ladies and gentlemen, this is there seems to be some strong connection to this particular player, Veiga. Need to do a lot more research on this guy, man. Need to know exactly what he does, what are his strengths, weaknesses. A lot of you guys are okay with him, but a lot of you guys are not okay with him overall. But let's see, man. It seems like Pochettino maybe wants this player. Chelsea enters the race due to the insistence of Pochettino. I think Liverpool's in the race as well for this particular player. So watch this space. After Nicholas Jackson and perhaps Caicedo, hopefully these two players are going to get done for us very, very soon. Maybe Veiga in midfield. Obviously, we do need players coming through. We are going to get rid of so many players. We probably need a few to come in. And Veiga, depending on how much his fees, I think it's got a release clause. It's not monstrous release clause either. So hopefully, Pochettino gets his man. But I need to do a bit of research about that player. I'm getting mixed information from a lot of you guys that he's good. Some are saying he's not good. So we'll see. We'll see. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Manchester City submit 25 million bid for Mateo Kovacic. This was the price apparently we were holding him for. Initially, Manchester City put in 21 million. Now they are putting in 25. This player will be gone too, Mateo Kovacic. Once again, he's another player. I don't think he wants to stick around at Chelsea Football Club. I thank him for his services, but we do need more in midfield. He will fit in nicely at Manchester City, and he'll be a good addition, a rotational piece under Pep, and he potentially could do really well under Pep. Look, I've got nothing against Kovacic. He's a fine player. It's just we're at a stage where we need a lot more than Mateo Kovacic. Next up, Erik ten Hag is urging Manchester United to sign Mason Mount. He is adamant. Get this done, man. Get this done. Man United, I know you've got a lot of issues at the moment with ownership movements happening. Maybe your money is tied up, but come on, man. This player, Mason Mount, he don't want to come to Chelsea Football Club either. Much like Kai Havertz, Kovacic, Mason Mount don't want to come to Chelsea Football Club for pre-season. And I don't want him to come either. If you don't want to come here, I don't want you to come too. So let's find something. Let's do something. Man United, you've given us a 40 million bid previously, which was rejected. That's rubbish. Come up with something better. Come up with 55 million. I'm telling you, at 55 million, it's a done deal. It's a done deal. 50 million plus 5 million add-ons. I know I was holding on for about 60. The price that Chelsea's holding on for about 70 is, I think, far-fetched, honestly speaking. 1 year remaining on his contract. But there has to be some English tax on this particular player. There has to be. At 55 million, 50 million plus 5 million add-ons, Man United, come and collect your man and take him. Take him. He don't want to be at Chelsea Football Club. And I don't want to see him either. Proper Chelsea now. Proper Chelsea. Chelsea are challenging Arsenal for signature of Southampton's Romeo Lavia. So Arsenal are very, very deep in relation to Romeo Lavia's transfer move. They want this particular player. As I said, we don't have a clear shot at Romeo Lavia. There are other suitors. I think Liverpool are in for a shot for this particular player as well. Chelsea's entire new model is to bring in the most highly rated young talent to construct a squad for the future that can challenge now, and Lavia exactly fits that. Fair enough. I don't mind Lavia, but I am not going to bend over backwards to get this player from Southampton. Southampton value this player at 50 million. There is no way Chelsea should even contemplate 50 million. At 30 to 35 million, that's a business. From a team that got relegated, for a player that's still inexperienced, yes, it's got a lot of potential, but still inexperienced. At 50 million, that is mad. Man City got a buyback for 45. Even Man City don't look like they're going to trigger that. So why should we go over the top of that and pay 50 million? If Man City actually took this player back for 45, then I could say, okay, all right. Maybe they're onto something. Once again, who decides all of these price tags? Southampton going out there and putting a 50 million pound price tag on this player. Who's going to investigate this? Who's going to investigate the market for this? Is he worth 50 million? No way he isn't. All right, next up, Diogo Costa. Diogo Costa is on Chelsea's list of options for the replacement of Edouard Mendy. Edouard Mendy, here we go, is very, very imminent. He's going to be off to Al Ahly. There is still no concrete proposal from the Blues, but the process is being led by Jorge Mendes. This is coming from Record Portugal. Look, I've been hurt by Record Portugal. I want to take it very easy on Record Portugal. I know a lot of you guys will say, look, they weren't wrong in what they were saying, but right at the end, things changed with Ugarte. No problems. But they built us up a bit too much. They kept on saying, it's a done deal. It's a done deal. He's going to Chelsea. Look, in regards to Diogo Costa, I think he's a very, very good goalkeeper. There was massive hype about him last season or the season before that. Some of the hype has sort of disappeared. The World Cup wasn't the greatest for him. There were some crazy mistakes that he made as well, which he got lucky. Some of them didn't end up being goal. I think there was one against, I can't remember, was it Ecuador or Ghana? Or must have been Ghana, I think. They might have got away with that. Look, I like his ball distribution. He's a fantastic shot stopper. He's a very, 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 very good goalkeeper. But once again, don't want to be taken for a ride with Porto. We've we've already been taken for a ride with Andre Onana with his price tag. If he comes around for about 45 million odd, then fine. But if Porto starts asking for about 60, 65 million, 70 million, get lost, man. No goalkeeper should be worth that much money. But let me know about Diogo Costa, a particular goalkeeper I do fancy. But some of the hype has sort of disappeared in the last 12 months. Exclusive, Armando Broja is due back in training with Chelsea's under-21s tomorrow. The 21-year-old has come back early to get ready for Mauricio Pochettino's preseason. He is ahead of schedule in his return from a serious knee injury. Great to see this guy's attitude. He's coming back early to start training with the under-21 so he can be ready for the preseason. That's determination. And I hope that determination and that drive really, really translates into preseason. I'm honestly praying that it works out for Armando Broja. I would love to see him at Chelsea next season. Honestly, I would. Even as a rotational piece, someone coming off the bench as that, striker backup. Because I truly believe in Armando Broja, man. His skill set, his physique, the pace, his finishing is not bad at all. There is a massive player in him, man. I wonder how that injury is going to turn out and what's going to happen to him, how he's going to perform. But I guess this is why he's coming early to ensure that he has a strong preseason. So I'll be keen to see exactly how he's moving post his injury. Next up, preseason training begins on July 4th, literally a couple of weeks away from now. I mean, new season is really upon us very, very quick. So we better start moving things along with our transfer business in the likes of players leaving and also players coming in. New training staff will be put the players through a grueling 2 weeks fitness regime at Cobham. This is the team, ladies and gentlemen. Pochettino, his son is there as well. So looking forward to these lot starting the business at Chelsea Football Club very, very soon. Chelsea's players will attend a team meeting with Pochettino in just 13 days from now. So I think it's meant to be on 4th of July or 3rd of July where we're going to see the meeting, which is, keen to get the next season started and us to rectify what happened last season. Key Mauricio Pochettino date starts work on July 1st, team meeting on July 3rd, preseason, Cobham on July 4th, fly to America on July 17th. The players will go through a grueling 2-week fitness regime at Chelsea's Cobham Training Centre. This is from Nizar Cancella, and rightly so, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I'm excited. I need the players to be focused, need them to work hard and get fit and take this preseason not as a joke, not as a particular situation where you're going on a holiday to the United States, much like last season. That's where it all went wrong for us. Preseason last season, it all felt like a holiday. The mindset just wasn't there. And then obviously everything that transpired after that, just an absolute shambolic situation. So hopefully that's not the case this season. And Pochettino has them, had their heads screwed correctly and focused for next season. And I'm hoping the players, they know that whatever happened last season, it's got to be rectified. It has to be rectified. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button, guys, and leave comments in regards to everything that we've spoken about. Lukaku, make sure you comment how you feel about that. Kai Havertz as well, Nkunku, of course, and every other bits and pieces news that we've talked about. Smash the like button, and if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time, see ya.